really care about you.
I'm sorry.
Just meet with me tomorrow.
It's my anniversary.
As the 11th wedding anniversary approaches, the wealthy couple heads to their favorite lakeside house to reminisce about their fond memories. But what happens the day after their visit is completely shocking. Stay with me as I explain the entire movie to you. The movie begins with Emma, our protagonist, meeting Tom in a hotel room and sharing a drink. Although we don't receive much background information, Emma appears preoccupied and informs Tom of their impending breakup. Despite Tom's attempts to persuade her, Emma was determined to end their affair. As she leaves, he pleads for another meeting the following day, but Emma explains she's celebrating her anniversary.
It's my anniversary.
The following day, she visited Mark at his office, where his assistant greeted her with flowers and anniversary wishes. Upon entering her husband's office, she stumbles upon a secret police file about her past stabbing and robbery. A flashback then shows a botched robbery that left the robber with an eye injury. Mark, Emma's husband and a prominent lawyer, enters the office, interrupting her. His current case involves overturning the parole of Emma's previous attacker. Emma wondered if he missed jailing people more than keeping them out of jail, but Mark, now a criminal lawyer, countered that he preferred the higher salary. They rode the elevator down, where Tom joined them. Tom's affair with his boss's wife means they must now pretend not to know each other. Emma and Mark celebrated their anniversary with dinner at a restaurant, where Mark surprised her with a diamond necklace. Emma had also gotten him Super Bowl tickets, but he brushed them off, saying his team was terrible that year. Watching a man propose across the room, Emma felt a pang of longing for her happy marriage. He puts the necklace on her, revealing their 11-year marriage. Following dinner, Mark blindfolded Emma and surprised her with a drive to their favorite secluded lake house from their youth. Upon their arrival, Emma explores the house and discovers a dimly lit room filled with their shared photos. Smiling, she plays the turntable, lost in memories of their good times. Following a trail of rose petals, Emma went upstairs to the bedroom, where Mark waited with a pair of champagne glasses. He sincerely apologized for his shortcomings as a husband, expressing his desire to repair their marriage. Afterwards, they became intimate. That morning, Emma woke and saw her husband sitting on the bed next to her. She discovers her wrist handcuffed to Mark's. Then, shockingly, he shoots himself. Emma screamed for help, but she was completely alone. Her phone was dead, so calling the police was impossible, and her gun was empty, rendering her attempt to shoot the chain useless. Having no other option, she pulled Mark's corpse into the walk-in closet, where she found her wedding dress. As she moves the dress, a safe is revealed. To make dragging Mark easier, Emma placed the dress beneath him. However, her descent down the stairs with the body proved quite ungainly. Searching for her phone, she discovered it submerged in the flower vase. Unfortunately, it was beyond repair. Searching the kitchen drawers and cabinets, she found her car keys. With Mark's dead weight hindering her, Emma struggled to get into the car. The car won't start because she's completely run out of gas. Their wedding song begins to play, and a recording of Mark's voice passive-aggressively explains that he did this because Emma was ungrateful. Discovering her affair with Tom, he refused to forgive her, much less let her live happily. Back inside, Emma tried to wash the blood from her face, only to discover she couldn't remove the necklace Mark had given her the previous night. This frustrated her until a new idea occurred to her. Hoping to find some hardware, she went to the basement, only to discover it had been completely emptied. She launched into a tirade about Mark's hypocrisy, citing his own infidelities and recounting the time she cleaned lipstick and glitter from his shirt. Frustrated, she hauled him back upstairs, collapsing on the floor from exhaustion. Returning to the darkroom, Emma discovers a photo of her attacker, the same man from the earlier flashback of the attempted robbery. She also finds a record player with the inscription "Play Me," and she plays it. Only then does she grimly realize it's a recording of her own interview about the attempted robbery. The attacker stabbed Emma, but she fought back, apparently injuring his eye. Overwhelmed by memories of past trauma, Emma couldn't bear to finish the recording and lost her composure. Back in the living room, Emma noticed someone outside the door. It was Tom, her lover. Receiving a series of frantic texts, Tom rushed to help her. Clearly, Mark sent those texts, not Emma. Observing Emma's distress, Tom revealed that the FBI had raided Mark's office, destroying his career. Understanding her husband's suicide attempt, Emma urgently tells Tom they must contact the police. She believes Mark framed them. But as Tom heads to the car for his phone, a truck is seen approaching the lake house in the distance. Suspicious, Tom leaves, instructing Emma to admit no one but himself. Tom confidently confronts the man who emerges from the truck that pulls up to the lake house. Jimmy says he's here to repair a burst pipe. Tom offered to pay him his usual fee and asked him to leave. Just as Jimmy is departing, Bobby exits the car and does the same. Tom is repeatedly stabbed as the two men force their way inside. Tom bleeds out on the floor, revealing Jimmy's compassion in contrast to Bobby's cold-blooded nature. As the two men searched the house, Emma slipped outside, pulling Mark's corpse behind her. Reaching the boathouse, she cut off Mark's arm to get rid of the body more easily. Shortly after, Jimmy and Bobby found the body, but Emma was gone. Emma is secretly hiding right under them. Recognizing Bobby as her previous attacker, Emma's conversation with him reveals Mark's involvement, who promised them the lake house, containing diamonds, as a safe haven. With Mark dead, Bobby and Jimmy are searching for Emma. She's the only other person who knows the safe combination. Once the men were gone, Emma emerged from hiding and conceived a plan. Examining the safe, Jimmy tells Bobby it needs a combination and a fingerprint, prompting Bobby to get Mark's body. Emma was pulling the boat's fuel tank through the snow, when suddenly, Jimmy almost discovers her when he leaves the house to search, but she manages to reach the garage and starts filling the car's tank with gas. This process is noisy, unfortunately, and it makes Bobby curious. While Bobby walked around, Emma hid beneath the car. He slashed a tire to prevent Emma from driving away. Emma slipped away from Bobby and left the garage. She enters the house as Jimmy drags Mark's lifeless body inside. Suspicious, Bobby trails Emma closely, trapping her on the stairs between him in the basement and Jimmy at the door. Emma cleverly pressed the car alarm, distracting Bobby and Jimmy, who hurried back into the garage. Seizing a brief moment, Emma grieves for Tom. Meanwhile, outside, Bobby vows revenge on Emma for her role in his 10-year prison sentence following a botched robbery. Returning indoors, they resumed their search for Emma, certain she was somewhere inside. Bobby went upstairs, while Jimmy remained downstairs. In the attic, Bobby hears a noise and investigates. Emma emerges from hiding and attacks him. She grabs his car keys as Jimmy, alerted by the commotion, races upstairs to find his unconscious brother. Emma assaulted Jimmy with a golf club, confined him in a room, and then damaged the doorknob. Stepping outside, she attempts to start the car, only to be stopped by Bobby, who has apparently woken up. Meanwhile, Emma grabs her phone and calls 911. Approaching them, Jimmy begged Bobby to surrender and flee before police arrived, but Bobby was too obstinate. He kicked Emma until she lost consciousness. Emma awoke to find herself handcuffed to her deceased husband. Bobby and Jimmy were pulling a safe towards her. Despite her insistence that she didn't know the safe's combination, Bobby, disbelieving, beat and overpowered her. His threat to stab her again spurred Jimmy, ever compassionate, to intervene, but Bobby brushed him off. Fed up with the violence, Jimmy grabs Mark's gun and points it at Bobby. Emma abruptly offered to give them the combination if they released her. Obeying her, Jimmy gives them the safe combination. The safe opened, but it was empty except for a metal plate engraved with a message. The diamonds had been made into a necklace Emma was now wearing. Panicked, Emma explained she couldn't remove the necklace. It was stuck. Cold-blooded Bobby is eager to kill Emma for the diamonds, but Jimmy intervenes. Bobby shoved Jimmy aside, but his gun misfired because it wasn't loaded. He then fights with Emma until Jimmy intervenes, causing a brawl between the brothers. Bobby accidentally struck Jimmy's head on a clothes hanger, instantly killing him. Bobby froze in shock, giving Emma the chance to grab a nearby knife. Turning to face her, Bobby swore he would kill her. They fought again, but this time Emma struck him with a heavy tool. She tries to escape, but Bobby pursues her. However, this time he's the one who's caught. Bobby stumbled and fell down the stairs. Emma heads to the garage and gets into Mark's car. Closed behind Bobby, Emma panicked. Reversing the car straight through the garage wall, and into the other vehicles. Unable to push the cars, she drove forward, accidentally hitting Bobby. The car, however, skidded on the snow and crashed into the boathouse. Though miraculously unharmed, Bobby furiously stumbled toward the wrecked car, only to find Emma gone. Seeing Emma crawling across the frozen lake, he followed her. Another fight ensues, and Emma wounds him with a knife, but their combined weight shatters the ice, sending them both into the water below. Their underwater struggle continues until Emma removes the knife from his shoulder, subdues him, and breaks free. Emma swam upward and broke through the ice. The film concludes with Emma lying on the frozen lake. With distant police sirens audible, she removes her wedding ring and lets it roll into the water.